What on earth?
Thought I'd give the slops to the neighbours. Only rot with us being away for a month.
Well, did you have to do it now? We'll be late for our appointment. And what do you think you're doing, packing this manky old thing?
Our clothes are going to be covered in baby sick. I think it was necessary to pack me Sunday best. I have waited long enough to have a grandchild. I'm not going to be putting him down for 1 second.
Don't forget your tablets. Can you use a different knife?
What is the matter with you? We are off to Australia to visit our daughter for the first time. You should be doing cartwheels.
Just go and get washed. You haven't got time for that.
Oh, haven't you seen the headline?
No. What's happened?
Leatherbridge man arrested for putting butter knife in jam.
Bathroom now.
Fancy scrubbing my back?
Just go. Tablets!
You've definitely packed Chloe's present, yeah?
Presents? There's enough toys in here to open a toy shop, Mac.
My one and only granddaughter. And how often do I see her?
Well, I wish we could have given Patrick and Sally a bit more warning. And look at you, arranging a weekend away on the spur of the moment.
Well, I just felt that we needed a break. And if we're having breakfast on the way, we better get going.
Yeah. Marcia, we're off.
Sleeping off a hangover?
What's that smell?
Hmm?
Oh. Oh.
Surprise! Made you breakfast.
This time next week, we'll be buckling up in our aeroplane seats. But they show a decent film. Actually, should get through about 6 films with the length of time it takes to get there.
Remember to take your tablets?
Ah.
Ray.
Well, you were too busy rushing me. I'll take them when we get back. Not exactly going to keel over on the way.
More's the pity.
I heard that.
Ray, you know I can't concentrate on driving when you've got that radio blaring.
I said I would drive.
No, the roads are busy this morning. I want to get there in one piece.
I've had enough of this. You have been snapping at me non-stop. I don't know what your problem is. I'm going to get the bus.
You can't! You'll be late.
I'm really sorry, but something's cropped up at the surgery. All hands to the pump, you know how it is. Yeah, so was I. But I promise I'll try and organise another weekend ASAP. Yeah, OK. And love to you 3 too. OK, bye.
Right. I was just sleeping it off. Who was that?
Patrick.
Oh, good. Did you tell him we're going to be late?
I told him we weren't coming.
What? Why did you do that?
Because the chances are we won't have a house to come back to. Oh, this can't go on. I've got to talk to her again, get her to admit that her drinking is a problem.
How are you going to do that? I mean, she's having a tough time, Mac. Isn't there another way that we can help her?
She is having a tough time. You have no idea how hard this is for me, have you?
Well, yes, I know that having another person in the house is difficult, but...
This is not about running out of milk or queuing up for the lavatory. It's about me being scared that I might start drinking again.
Oh, Mac.
Julia, I've known people go back on the bottle after being dry for 20 years. I had to go to an extra AA meeting last night. That's how bad it's gone. And that's why I wanted to get away for the weekend.
Well, I know, but you said that...
I know what I said.
I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I didn't realise that it was getting this bad.
It's okay. It's just that she needs to hear a few home truths. That's the only way I was able to stop.
OK, well, we'll tackle it together.
No, I need to talk to her by herself. I've got to make her see that she needs to sort herself out for her own sake. And I can't risk going back to how I was. It was not a pretty sight.
Mr. Popular?
You wait till Valentine's Day, we're talking sacks. You won the lottery?
Oh, I'm just glad that Matt's got the day off. He's been biting my head off all week.
Yeah, tell me about it. I was nearly hung, drawn and quartered for accidentally putting sugar in his coffee. Morning, Mrs. Taylor.
Good morning.
Where's Mr. Taylor?
Oh, he had to stop off somewhere on the way.
Right, well, if you take a seat, Dr. Thompson will be with you soon.
VIP invites, no less.
What for?
Only the glitziest night in the social calendar. It's fundraising due for the Midland Sports Enterprise Initiative.
Doesn't sound very glamorous to me.
Oh, believe me, they're well connected. I'm an advisor to them. We're not talking stale quiche and cheesy DJ. It's at the Albra.
That trendy new hotel?
Looks like I'm gonna have to find myself an attractive young lady to escort me.
Oh, I thought you'd be down south by now.
Change plan.
Is Mac with you?
No. Why? Not more problems.
No, it'll keep.
How's the ankle?
What?
Your ankle, you sprained it.
Oh, right, yeah. Believe me, that's the least of my problems.
Thanks. I'm sorry. Breakfast was meant to be a sort of thank you. I've been a bit low and, well, it won't happen again.
It will happen again. And again. And again. And it'll go on happening until you admit you have a problem.
I'm fine. It's a rough patch. You know how it is.
Yes, I know how it is. I convinced myself that there was nothing wrong with having the odd drink now and then. I thought I'd stop when my life was sorted, but it never got sorted. And then one day I found that I needed to have a drink every single day. Takes one to know one. I'm a recovering alcoholic. It's not the drinking that's going to send you to an early grave. It's the denial.
But I'm not an alcoholic.
And there it is. I want you to come to an AA meeting with me.
Sorry?
Alcoholics Anonymous. I've managed to find a meeting for tonight. It's a bit of a drive, but the sooner you take the first steps, the better.
Oh, I don't know.
It's nothing to be ashamed of.
I'll think about it. Look, Julia asked me to do some shopping for her and left me a list. Better go now, in case we go to that meeting.
I'll go. Where's the list?
No. I need the air to clear my head.
Okay. I'll still be here when you get back.
Where's Ray? You usually call him for your repeat prescriptions together.
Oh, fancied some air, so decided to walk.
I've prescribed your usual aspirin.
Oh, don't forget I need extra, as we'll be away for the whole month.
I've remembered. You must be so excited about seeing your new grandson. Have you been to Australia before?
No.
Is there something worrying you?
Good day, possums.
Oh,
You okay?
yes, thanks. I'll wait outside.
Doesn't seem to be a usual chirpy self.
Think your lucky stars you've only had a couple of minutes of it. I've had to put up with this all week.
Something happened?
No, I think it's just the stress of getting everything sorted for going away. The longest we've ever left the house before is 2 weeks.
Well, it can be an unsettling time.
I've discovered. Well, we're always bickering, but getting ready for this holiday seems to have moved things up again. I can't seem to do anything right.
Well, I think it's lovely you booked it as a surprise.
Yeah, well, I wish Joan did. You know, I always thought our daughters were career women. Never imagined we'd get the chance to hold a grandchild. She should be over the moon.
Hello.
Hi.
You can search me if you like.
That won't be necessary. Yeah. Oh, hi, Sarah.
I'm just going upstairs for a lie down.
What's the patient's name? When did you last have a prescription? Okay, well, she'll have to make another appointment. I'll have to review her before I can prescribe again. Okay. Yeah, bye.
Just what do you think you're doing? Showing yourself up in front of Dr. Thompson like that?
It's called having a laugh. She thought it was funny.
Well, I didn't.
Well, the mood you've been in, an army of clowns wouldn't be able to bring a smile to that grumpy face. I just don't know what your problem is. We are going on the holiday of our lifetime. If you're going to be like this, there's no point in going, you miserable old cow.
Ray!
Is everything okay?
Oh, it's just a silly little argument.
Joan, I can see there's something bothering you. Tell me what's wrong.
Well, it's 15,000 miles.
What is?
The distance from here to Australia. 15,000 miles. I've checked on the internet at the library.
Right, so it's the flight.
Well, I've never flown before. We've always had our holidays in this country. Oh, except for getting the ferry to Ireland once. It's not natural to be sat up in a flimsy metal thing for 15,000 miles.
Why haven't you said anything about this before now?
I thought I might get over it. You know, get used to the idea. But the nearer it gets, the more frightened I'm becoming.
And you haven't told Ray how you feel?
I haven't got the heart. He was so excited about surprising me. I couldn't bring myself to tell him that I can't face getting on a plane. But I so want to see my grandchild.
And you will. We'll get you to Australia somehow. Now, because you're going so soon, the best I can do is prescribe some sedatives.
Oh, would you?
And take you through some relaxation exercises.
I don't want to be any bother.
No, it's no bother. Now, I'm a bit tied up with patients at the moment, but if you can come back later, we can talk about it properly.
Oh, thank you, Doctor.
And in the meantime, talk to Ray.
Oh, I will. Bless him. I've certainly put him through it. Oh.
Are you sure you're okay?
Yes, thanks. Must be because I didn't have any breakfast. I was too worried to eat. I'll have a big fry-up when I get home.
Okay. I'll see you later.
Thank you.
Hiya.
You've been engaged for ages.
Sorry, a lot of calls to make.
Well, I've been imagining all kinds of things.
Well, everything's under control. We are actually talking about the alcoholism.
And how did it go?
I think I've made some progress. She's agreed to consider coming with me to an AA meeting tonight.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. Well, she's done your shopping and now she's having a lie down.
What shopping?
Well, you gave her a list.
Oh, no, I didn't give her a list.
I'll call you back. I should have known you'd smuggle the bottle in somehow. That's what I used to do. I do understand. I went to an AA meeting last night. I haven't felt such an urge to drink since I stopped. And it's only since you've been here.
I don't understand. I thought you were cured.
Oh, I'll never be cured. I'm in recovery. I'll always be in recovery. Marcia, I want you to face up to your problems before you do something that you might regret for the rest of your life. It was because of my drinking that I failed to diagnose Kieran's meningitis. And he nearly died. And that was the day that I stopped drinking. You don't want to stoop that low, believe me.
Bit late for that. I was babysitting my granddaughter Tamsin. I drank myself unconscious. My daughter Alice came in and found her choking. She recovered. Alice threw me out and hasn't spoken to me since. Worst day of my life. That's when I really started drinking. And then coming here and having your Kieran around made me want to drink even more. He's the same age as Tamsin. Constant reminder of what I'd lost.
I bet you'll be allowed to see Tamsin again when you stop drinking. All you have to do is admit to having a problem. Look at me. Marcia, look at me. So, do you have a drink problem?
They won't be serving rubber sandwiches that charity fundraising do. Probably oysters washed down with champagne.
Ooh, whoopee for you.
Actually, I was wondering if you'd like to come.
Why? My second choice? Or your dolly bears turn you down?
No, I just thought you might enjoy it. Should be a laugh.
All right. Yeah, I'd love to. Thanks.
It's a date.
Just to warn you, I'm expecting Joan Taylor back in later. We'll just have to squeeze her in.
Okay.
And I'm going to pop to the supermarket if anyone's looking for me.
Has Mac left any messages for me?
Mac, no.
Everything okay?
Marcia was drunk again this morning, which is why we didn't go to Patrick's.
I guess something must have happened.
Mac is trying to get her to admit that she's got a problem. Anyway, I rang up to see how things were going. He couldn't talk, said he'd call me back later, but he didn't, and that was ages ago.
I'm sure he'll call if he needs help.
Helen, he went to an extra AA meeting last night and he wasn't even going to tell me. I just feel so guilty about putting him through all this. You know, I am trying to find Marcia somewhere to live. I really am. I just can't.
Why don't you go home? It's better than sitting here worrying yourself sick.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm not doing much good here, am I? Thanks.
Hello. Would you like a lift?
Oh, Doc, that's very kind of you.
I couldn't face the thought of being in the house without any drink. That's why I made up the excuse of shopping for Julia. I suppose I must have a problem if I started to lie.
There are 3 A's that alcoholics need to concentrate on. Admit, accept, act. You've admitted to your problem. You're over the first hurdle.
I can't believe what's happened to me. Just look at me. Months ago, I would have cleaned the house from top to bottom, had a full facial and prepared the dinner by now. I was so organised I'd have given any Stepford wife a run for her money. These days I need a drink to get out of bed in the morning.
It does get better.
I hope so. Did you have a bedside bottle?
Yep.
One morning I woke up and found mine was empty. It's the day I realised I couldn't leave the house without a drink. I ended up smashing the bottle to lick the inside. How desperate is that? I suppose I should have admitted to having a problem then.
Denial. Powerful force.
It must have been so difficult for you having me here. I'm so grateful to you and Julia. Terrified to think where I might have ended up.
You were there for Julia in the past. She wanted to be there for you now.
When you left, when you separated, I was really worried about her. She was so low. especially when she had to go through that abortion.
What abortion?
You didn't know.
Thanks, Doc. I'd forgotten how far it was.
No problem.
I didn't have the right change for the bus. You know how these Gestapo bus drivers can be. Oh, come in. I've got something for you. A little thank you.
No, there's really no need.
I insist.
OK, but just for a minute. I was on my way to the supermarket.
You won't need a supermarket when you see what I've got for you. Joan, Dr. Thompson's here. Come and say hello. Must be next door.
Wow. Your green finger's responsible for this lot.
Yeah, and even better for you than that expensive organic stuff.
Well, it looks like the kids will be getting vegetable stew for their tea for the next fortnight. Thank you.
Sorry.
Well, have a lovely holiday.
I'm sure we will. Thanks again for the lift.
OK.
Joan. Dr. Thompson, it's Joan. "14 Clifton Street. Please hurry."
You're going to be fine, Joan.
What's wrong with her? Is she going to be all right?
We'll know more once we get her to the hospital. Joan, I'm just going to take your blood pressure.
What are you playing at, love? We're off to see our grandson soon. Well, she's not going to die. I called her a miserable old cow. That was the last thing I said to her. She can't die. I'll get a wet towel or something.
Come on, Joan, you promised me you were going to get on that plane.
These are my blood pressure tablets. She must have taken them by mistake.
That must be why her blood pressure's so low. I'll warn the hospital on-call team so they can be prepared.
Is she going to be okay?
Oh, she stands a better chance now we know what's wrong.
What are you doing? Pinching my tablets?
Why didn't you call me back? I've been going out of my mind. Where's Marcia?
She's upstairs.
She all right?
I've been trying to get my head around something she said.
What's that?
That you had an abortion? So it's true.
Well, it was a long time ago.
Why didn't you tell me?
Mac, you just left me for another woman.
Didn't you think I had the right to know?
Well, I could hardly bear to have you in the same town, let alone the same room. I wasn't about to consider your feelings. Does this really matter right now?
Of course it matters.
Oh, what do you think of this dress?
Oh, too tarty. Why?
I'm looking for inspiration. I need to buy a new outfit.
Off to the Oscars?
No, it's somewhere far more funky. Jimmy is taking me to this fancy charity do.
Oh. And do you really think that warrants buying a new dress?
Yeah, too right. It's going to be a major bling alert. Jimmy reckons it's going to be crawling with celebs. Just imagine Posh and Beck's.
Posh and Beck's in Birmingham on a grey midweek night in September. Don't you think going a bit over the top?
No, I don't. You weren't here yesterday when he brought in Davy Ryan. It's well connected, you know.
Yeah, well, just don't be too disappointed if you're not blinded by paparazzi camera flashes.
You okay?
No, not really. I just had a house call. I thought I was going to lose a patient.
Well, what happened?
She accidentally took the tablets I prescribed for her husband instead of her own. They look similar.
Well, it's just an accident. I mean, you can't blame yourself.
I was just seeing her lying on the floor. It just brought back some bad memories.
Would you like to talk about them?
No, thanks, Jimmy. But you can make me a cup of tea.
Hello, love. I've called the travel agency, and they say we can rearrange the flight. I wish you'd told me you were terrified about flying.
Didn't want to make a fuss.
Oh, well, you've done that all right. I thought I'd lost you. Come here, you silly old fool. Now, we don't have to go, you know. I don't want you worrying anymore.
When I get out of here, I want to talk to Dr. Thompson. She'll be able to help me get on that plane. How else am I going to see my grandchild?
What's the point of that? She knows all about it.
Oh, I had to talk to somebody. Marcia was there. She was a neighbour. She was my friend.
Why not talk to me?
You are not listening to what I'm saying to you. I didn't want anything else to do with you, and you clearly didn't want anything else to do with me.
You were so bitter you had to go sneaking off to some abortion clinic without telling me.
How dare you say that to me? You left me with 3 teenagers. You didn't give a damn.
It was my child. At least I assume it was my child.
I don't need to listen to this.
Don't need to or don't want to. Truth hurts, doesn't it, Julia? What you did was wrong.
Bye, Mac.
Now, come back. We are going to talk about this.
Alan Wicker, Gérard Depardieu and Franz Ferdinand. Friday night with Jonathan Ross, tonight at 10:35 here on BBC1. Next today, a highly contagious diagnosis murder.